Welcome to this new Flight Simulator update movie. In this movie, we're gonna look to the latest additions in Flight Simulator 2020, the marketplace for the PC version. And we start off with the PMG Simulations liveries. They released both volume number 1 and 2 for their 777-300 Echo Romeo. And that includes, I would say, multiple liveries, right, from multiple airliners across the world. Air Canada, Emirates Airlines, Philippine Airlines, United Airlines. And if we look at the picture below, you can see how beautiful they are. Keep in mind that this only works for the PMG 777-300 Echo Romeo if you bought it via the marketplace. If you want to add some additional liveries for the one which you paid or bought directly from PMG, you can use their own tooling. The second pack for the same aircraft, same developer, of course, some different airliners, including Air France, British Airways, Etihad Airways, KLM, and multiple other ones. And this again looks really cool, right? If you look at the level of detail, that's something which you might want to consider buying if you just bought the 777-300 Echo Romeo. Then we've got DC Scenery Designs. They released the Citrus Hedging Range Airfield 96FD. It is located 10 miles northeast of Okashiba in Florida, and it's a grass runway, right? So challenging for you. What did they add? Custom modeled hangar, custom modeled objects and details, PBR texture on all objects, and custom runway grass, and much more. And if you look at the pictures, you can see that they added a lot of things, right? Including some, I would say, static scenery, but also some nice enhancements to the scenery, which will make it a joy to land on this range airfield located in the US. Then we've got VA Systems. They released the A320 routes United Airlines volume number 1. So this is a package which is specifically for the A320, and it takes you from Chicago O'Hara International to Canadian and Mexican destinations, which I would say United Airlines is flying to. It results in 14 routes which you can choose from. It includes the livery pack, right? So you get this livery pack. You can see there's also a logo from VA Systems on the back. And then you can practice your flying routes. So if you if you're unsure where you want to fly to, then this could be one of those packages which you can use to practice flying in the A320. Keep in mind that the A320 V1 is used, not the V2. The same thing is applicable to the A320 schedule's EasyJet Volume number 9. This one is also pretty cool. It includes 80 routes for, of course, EasyJet, and will take you from the UK to Italy, right, to multiple, say, locations in Italy. Again, livery is included with this pack, but keep in mind that it is working on the Asobo default A320. Then we've got Air Tours Madeira, also from VA Systems. This is a different kind of package, right? Where you're gonna do some, I would say, some tours around the islands. In this case, in Madeira, and it's an excursion pack which allows you to, I would say, figure out how the scenery looks like. The nice thing is that you can use 3 iconic aircrafts: the Diamond DA62, the Chestnut 208B Grand Caravan, as well as the Chestnut CG4 Citation. You can practice landing, takeoff, and of course flying. 72 unique scenarios are included in the Air Tours pack, so it's a large number of excursions which you can fly. Liveries are also included, and there's the one-click flying where you can, I would say, select where you want to start. For example, here you can see the CG4 with the VA Systems livery. Then we've got the airport base training for Birmingham Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, also by VA Systems. This will allow you to practice your skills at Birmingham Airport, such as the takeoff, circle round, and then land again. You can use 3 aircrafts, the A320, the Boeing 747, as well as the Boeing 787. Keep in mind that the Boeing 787 is only say part of the premium or higher versions of Flight Simulator. The pack provides training for the 2 runways at Birmingham, right? So there are 2 runways where you can practice your skills. 36 unique scenarios, and Boeing 787 only included in the deluxe or above package, so that's also something which is important, and liveries are also included. Then the next one is the Airport Challenges British Airways Volume number 5 by the same developer. This one takes you, or makes it possible to do takeoffs and landings at the selection of the various European airports. Each mission uses a standard instrumental departure, and then it joins you to the standard terminal arrival route, and then of course you can do the approach. So really upping your skills to take off, follow a star, and then follow a landing. That's really good because then this package is for you, and you can practice 108 unique scenarios with the British Airways livery on the Airbus A320. Then they did kind of a similar thing for EasyJet, only in this case it's called the Airport Challenges. And the Airport Challenges is say kind of more challenging because they've got some more I would say additional features added to it, although it's using, I would say, the built-in functionality from Flight Simulator. In this case, it's a selection of Germany and Portugal airports, where you can again practice the SIDs, the stars, and then the approaches. 96 unique scenarios, liveries are included. Again, one-click flying and a diverse range of conditions, right? So it's not, say, only sunshine, but also, I would say, between brackets, the bad weathers. Then if you thought that they were finished, no, they were not, because they also released the Airport Star Training Denver, Kilo Delta Echo November. Specifically for this airport, you can now practice your standard terminal approach routes using the A320, Boeing 747, as well as the Boeing 787. And there are 15 on this airport, so there's a lot to practice. In total, they say it results in 270 unique scenarios. Of course, there's the requirements to have the deluxe version of Flight Simulator if you want to fly using the Boeing 787. Then the similar package, similar developer, Madrid, Barajas, Lima, Echo, Mike, Delta. So different airport, but same specifics, right? So you can practice your stars in this airport. In this case, 22, which result in 396 unique scenarios. Really cool. Then RHD Simulations, they released the Boeing 767-300 Echo Romeo. So this is the aircraft which they released. So what's included? Because this is a new aircraft, so always exciting to have this one. So it's equipped with the General Electric CF6 and Rolls-Royce RB211 engines, options for both winglets and original wingtips, right? So these are, I would say, the things which are over here. And normally they're, I would say, rounded a little bit more, right? Those are the wingtip changes. 6 main exits, as well as the 2 emergency exits and 4 main exits, vs 4 emergency exits. Door configurations are included, so you can use multiple configurations of the aircraft. Accurate modeling of the exterior, flight deck and cabin. 4K, 8K, PBR textures, true-to-life animations, right, for the flight surfaces, the landing gear components and the doors, and the wing flex animations, right. The wings are really, I would say, bending, with smooth and dynamic bending. Custom animations of the various cockpit elements, like the windows, the seats, and the armrest, as well as an authentic flight model. If we look at the sounds, they also did something. So they added customized sounds for both the engines and the cockpit, and for custom animations. They modified the cockpit screens to replicate the real aircraft. There's a simple IRS system, and heater functions are now included, as well as a realistic view system, which is a custom view indicator screens, right? So custom view indicator screens where you can see the view systems. Also, they included the custom dynamic cockpit lighting, working seat belts and no smoking lights, engine APU and winglets, light controls, engine and APU heat, and voltages. So multiple systems are included. Full support for the ground equipment, as well as support for the native startup checklist. 30 liveries are included, including the General Electric ones, which are, say, a wide variety. For Rolls-Royce, it's a different set of aircrafts, but that's really cool. And here you can see the aircraft, right? So this is the wingtip, which we discussed earlier, which is a difference which you can see, right? So you can both fly with or without. And then this is the level of detail which you get for this aircraft. I would say, again, so a reasonable price. So let's see if they include some more pictures. So here we've got the cargo room for the aircraft. multiple liveries. So pretty nice that they have added this. View from the passenger side. Flaps and engines. So a lot of details, as you can see, also some wear on the seats, which makes it, I would say, even more realistic. So a nice aircraft, the Boeing 767-300 Echo Romeo is now available for Flight Simulator, created by RHD Simulations. Then next one, VA Systems. They released the Cargo Ops Formula 1 2024 Spa. It's a little bit outdated because the Formula 1 race already took place, but you can now use these liveries if you want to fly to Spa. Likely they will, I'd say, release a next package, which will be Zandvoort and after that Monza, because those are the next Formula 1 races. Then we've got Sim Federation. They released the Chestnut Mustang. Again, a new aircraft, highly detailed model with 4K texture and full cabin, virtual reality ready, VR ready, and 2 mission activities. So that's pretty nice. And here you can see some screenshots which they released with a lot of details for their Chestnut Citation for Mustang aircraft. So also looks pretty nice, this one. A lot of details, as you can see. Unfortunately, they didn't describe how much liveries are included. But if you see this, right, the level of detail in the cockpit is pretty cool. Then the next one from the same developer. It's a Chestnut Station Mustang Missions, and as you already can guess, it requires you to have the Chestnut Station Mustang, which we just discussed. In this case, the mission pack includes 10 unique IFR missions designed to give you the most realistic and enjoyable flight sim experience. So that's really cool, right? So it's a little bit hard to see, but these are the flights which they likely did include. So let's go to the next screenshot. Yeah, so these are the flight path which they include, but it's pretty hard to see. You can see a small line over here. That's the line of the flight. So again, pretty cool that they have released this. Then we've got Project Stratosphere. They released the DA40 NG Flight School Livery Pack number 3. This one requires you to have the DA40, which is, out of the top of my mind, part of the default Flight Simulator aircrafts. And you get some liveries for, I would say, these airliners. And then you will get this, right? So you can, let's see if we can get a more clear picture. So China Southern. So this is the aircraft which you likely want to fly if you're, I'd say, just starting flying. Then we've got the departure challenges, British Airways volume number 5. This will take you from various European cities or European airports, and then you can practice your standard instrumental departures using the British Airways livery pack. Again, this is the default A320 liveries is included, and you can get this. Same thing they did for EasyJet, volume number 6 already. In this case, it takes place in a selection of the Greece airports. Also, SIDs liveries are included for the EasyJet livery. 168 unique scenarios. So have fun with this one. Then a new aircraft, but this is a bundle, right? So be careful. This is a bundle, and these aircrafts are also available separately. But you can see that if you buy them together, you will get a nice discount. So first of all, there's the Black Squares Juke bundle, which includes 2 aircrafts. It includes the aircrafts, which are discussed a little bit later in this video. But here you can see the realistic systems as well as the Pearson Juke specific features. So for this one, this is applicable to both, right? 160-page manual, new tablet interface, 12 hot swappable radio configurations, BMS, TDS, GPS units available separately. So you need to buy them separately. Keep that in mind. 130 plus random scheduled or performance triggered failures, new engine preheating, new gyroscope, new strobe lights, new St. Elmo's fire. Again, continue to talk because there's too much simply added in this package to discuss. If we look at these specific ones for the Juke specific features and the Juke Turbine Juke specific we will discuss them, I would say, when we are discussing these two separately, which is, I would say, pretty soon. Then we've got Essential Utilities from 4Simmers. They released our tool or product which contains multiple ones, right? So you've got the items included are the realistic taxiway sign, which we discussed in a earlier video, realistic trees, airport textures, landing rate, better nameplate, and weather presets. So more, say, visual improvements, I would say. And also landing rate, right? That's to rate your landing skills. Also pretty nice. And that's now added to one bundle, right? So normally you could buy them separately, but they are now bundled against a reduced price, as you can see. Now we've got Perfect Flight. They released the flight deck British Airways A320. So, as you know, British Airways is a major British airline that operates around the globe. That's cool. So what did they include? They included 2 sets of missions, one for the A320, but also one for the A320 V2. So each mission has more than 100 sound files, realistic and highly professional voices, and step-by-step checklists, completely integrated with the ATC, right? Now fully functional after SIM update number 15, which is already available for a longer time. 2 liveries are included, for both types of the A320, representing the Be a Better World livery, custom settings, which you can make, right, to change the weather, date, and time, as well as chart and maps for all airports updated to the latest published version. And they're included in a zip file. And then you can practice your, let's say, flight skills using this nice aircraft. So you can see a lot of missions are included. And this is the livery which you will get if you buy this package. Then we've got Globe Swift. They released the Globe Swift, which is released by Aeroplane Heaven. So a new aircraft designed by R.S. Johnson in 1940. So it's already an older aircraft. And it's a nice one. So what are the features? In-game tutorial and tips, system in-game options to allow you to remove the pilot, and a lot of other things. It would have been nicer if they would have added this in a bullet list. But you can see that there are several fixes. There's no GPS, no autopilot, so keep that in mind. And this is what you will get, right? So this is the Globe Swift aircraft. You can see it's really, it's an older aircraft. And that's what you can see directly, right? If you look at the cockpit. But still, if you look at the level of detail which they applied, including a checklist on, I would say, on the board, that makes it really nice. So if you love flying between brackets older aircrafts, then this could be a package which you can buy. And based on the screenshots, it looks like it also is being delivered with multiple liveries. Then we've got Jet Studio. They are, I'd say, new in town already for a few weeks, but they're releasing their A310 300 metal liveries, and it will simply update the livery of the A310 to a metal livery. And the same thing is done for the A320 V2, where they did the same thing. So you can fly on metal if you love that. And if you thought that they were finished, no, they also released the ATR 42600 liveries, which will add some more liveries for the ATR aircrafts. Keep in mind that this one requires you to have the ATR aircraft. You need to buy it before you can use this one. As you can see, multiple liveries from completely dark to completely red, to some more logos on the aircrafts, to almost a default one. But it's pretty cool. Then we've got Fly Too High. They released Pitkin County Airport, Kilo Alpha Sierra Echo. That's in Aspen. It's also known as Stratosphere, and it's a county-owned public airport located 3 nautical miles northwest of the central business district of Aspen in Pitkin County, Colorado. And what's included? Accurate simulation of the nearest Aspen Pitkin County Airport, handmade ground textures, accurate modeling and positioning, highly detailed models of all the airport buildings, objects, and surroundings, as well as good optimization of the frames per second. And this is what you will get. So you can see a lot of detail, right, on the parking spots, but also some ground vehicles are there. So a smaller airport, it's not a very large one, but a lot of details, including boards or say direction boards, which point you into the right direction. So Pitkin County Airport. Then we're going back in time with Red Wing. They released the 1935 Bonefield, Kilo Bravo Foxtrot 1, and they will bring you back in time. In this case, they did this for Bonefield. PBR 4K textures that they detailed 30s buildings, cars, and trucks. Keep in mind that some of them are static scenery, dynamic flags, and static 30s aircraft also are included, and the airport illuminations at night. Keep in mind that this scene creates an MSFS world in 1935, so Kilo Bravo Foxtrot India 2020 is deleted. So that's something which is, I would say, really important. Not that you're surprised, hey, I installed this package and where's the original one? Well, it has been removed. So keep that in mind. Then the next one is Valley International Airport, Kilo Hotel Romeo Lima by Pachiman 287. Where's the airport located? The airport is located in Texas, right? Owned by the city of Harlingen in Cameron County, United States. So what's included? Well, hard to see because there's not a lot of information. Well, here it is. Redesign of the default scenery to improve the in and out flying experience for the airport. New taxiways, improved night lighting, parking positions, while using the latest ground charts. So this is based on the latest ground charts which are available for the airport. Valley International Airport. Here you can see the night lighting. Also, it's a nice view. Parking spots. Unfortunately, not too many pictures of the building themselves. So I'm really wondering if they also touch the buildings or if it's only, let's say, the layout. Then again, going back in time. In this case, Los Angeles International Airport, 1935. So again, same say specifics as the previous one. In this case, also 30 buildings, 30 aircrafts. And if you apply that to Los Angeles International Airport, you will get this, right? So it will really bring you back in time. But if you love doing that, then of course, this is a great add-on. Then they also did the same thing for Metford Airport. So scrolling directly to the screenshots. Fortunately, they are not providing too much screenshots, but here you can see what they do, right? So see all, including the packages back in time, including the people waiting are back in time. So pretty nice. Then we've got MSF Scenery Builders. They released Cape Fear Regional Airport, Kilo Sierra Uniform Tango. And where is this airport located? The airport is located in Brunswick County, North Carolina, United States. And it's also known as the Howie Franklin Field. Not too much details about what has been included. So let's go to the pictures. You can see some static scenery, right? Including, I would say, some vehicles over here. The airport doesn't look too big, if you ask me. Likely mostly used for general aviation. But here you can see the level of detail, right? So a lot of cool things have been added. Buildings, parking spots. So looks pretty nice. Then going back in time again for Pearson Field, 1935. Again, it's developed by the same developer, Red Wing, and this is what you get. Not too many screenshots, but hey, it's cool. Then back to VA Systems. They released the Landing Challenges American Airlines Volume number 7. This will, of course, allow you to practice your landing skills. Each mission is using the standard terminal arrival routes that American Airlines is using. So 48 unique scenarios, liveries are included using the default A320 from Asobo. Then to pilots, they released the new Cockpit A320 V2 Bash, which changes the color, is the name of the color for the cockpit. This only works on the A320 V2. Realistic cockpit decals and free updates. And there's still some minor things, as you can see. But this is what you will get if you apply this to your installation of Flight Simulator. Then, as promised, the Black Square aircrafts. First of all, the Pearson Juke, which is the first aircraft. So Besides the standard features, which we already ran through, then there are the specific ones for the Pearson Duke. So there are two aircrafts in one, the factory B60 Duke and a Grand Duke performance package. Both are included. New physics-based engine, new propeller hub and unfettered accumulator, new physics-based sounds, new instrument needle, striction and friction, and the most advanced turbocharger simulation in Microsoft Flight Simulator, fuel-injected engine simulation with falling, vapor lock, floating, and backfires, and the GPI EDM 760 engine monitor. So the checklist itself, 500 checklist items are provided for 50 normal, abnormal, and emergency procedures, right? So not only the normal checklist, also some of the more advanced checklists, which you hopefully don't need, but hey, better have them in case you're in, I would say, weird situations. Sounds, custom sounds have been included. And the flight model is modified with performance to match the real aircraft based on the real Duke owner feedback and in-flight data. And this is what you will get. And you can see the level of detail, again, is amazing, right? You saw even that flag right on the wing, which is there if you're parked. Here you can see the electronic flight bag with some information. This is the cockpit, which you will get. Keep in mind that the navigation systems, right, they mentioned that there are multiple options. Some of them, those options, you need to buy them because they're not for free. So that could be, let's say, something which you need to keep in mind. But if you see the level of detail, the different, I would say, interiors which you can use, it looks pretty cool, this aircraft. Also multiple options to show the electronic flight bag. Here you can see also the failures which you can include, right? So you can simply say fail now, or you can define, hopefully, I would say a little bit more randomly or dynamically. That's cool. And here's the night view of the aircraft. So pretty nice one, the Pearson Duke. Keep in mind that it's also available as a, say, combined package with the Turbine Juke, which we will discuss in a few moments. Then we've got J. Pereira. They released the Paseo Victor Mazzoni Heliport, Sierra Delta Victor Romeo, and Heliport on top of a building. As you can see, it's one of the most important commercial buildings in the city of Sao Paulo. And that's where you can land now with your helicopter in Flight Simulator 2020. You can even see people waiting there, right? Or in this case, probably the pilot waiting to see the passengers arriving. It's a little bit hard to figure out if the building scenery itself also been included. It looks like the focus mostly on the roof, but there is also some nice things, some static scenery, as you can see. Then, if you always love to fly or to say sail a boat, then there's now the tanker ship from Rodrigo Morales, which always releases these kind of packages. In this case, it's a super tanker type 56 Suez Max class ship, measuring 274 meters long and more than 50 meters high, made it from pure steel. So if you love, I would say, playing a captain, not of, I would say, an aircraft, but of a ship, then this could also be something which you might want to buy. It looks pretty nice, but hey, it's Flight Simulator. Then we've got the Turbine Juke from Black Square. That's the last one which we're going to discuss. And this one is also included in the bundle from Black Square, which they released earlier. So I'm going to skip the, I would say, key features and jump to the specific ones. Right, so there's a new improved turboprop dynamics, including multiple parameters, hot start, residual heats, and exhaust back pressure. And then there's also the valve simulation and oil color doors. New turbine engine failures, right, such as the compressor stall surging, fuel control failure, fuel filter clogs. A new damage model based on the surface type. And there's the turbine, engine, propeller, and feathering physics-driven simulations. The new battery range simulations, and the engine trend monitor. Again, a lot of checklist items, 500 checklist items for the 50 normal, abnormal, and emergency procedures, which you hopefully don't need, but hey, better have them with you again. Sounds, custom sounds, and the flight dynamics is matching the real-world aircraft based on real Duke owner feedback and in-flight data. And this is what you will get. Again, you can see that this is a really high-level aircraft, right? Highly developed. A lot of details are included, so including the electronic flight bag, of course. This is the aircraft itself, right? The cockpit. So a lot of cool things. I would say you're getting the checklist. You can see that there are also the ground equipment has been, let's say, added as features. So Black Square has been releasing 2 pretty nice aircrafts in a very short time. Now available both on the PC and the Xbox, as you can see. So it's pretty cool. Nice one. And with that, we're almost at the bottom because I forgot one. It's the UH-205B by Taos Hangar. It's a new helicopter which is released. It's an add-on, right? And there are 3 versions. It's the military, the civilian, and the high skids variants. So you can choose whatever you want. Authentic sound packages included, extensive attachments, right? So customize your helicopter with over 30 attachment options, from external fuel tanks to mission-specific gear. Damage simulation, experience realistic damage simulations. Wide range of liveries, 40 in total, which is a lot. And the advanced flight model, right? It utilizes the Master Flight Simulator CFD flight model for an incredible, accurate, and responsive flying experience. System accuracy is good, firefighting capabilities, ambulance equipment is included, and there's a detailed documentation and checklist and much more. So if we scroll down, we can see the helicopter, and let's say using multiple variations, right? Also using multiple equipments, as they mentioned. You can simply connect them or remove them. So a lot of cool things right here. You can see different equipment attached. Here you can see probably this is the fire hose. So pretty cool. And with that, we're at the end of this list. So we went to all 40 new items in the marketplace for Flight Simulator 2020, the PC version. So a lot of new things, right? Some livery packs, some mission packs, a lot of new aircrafts, I would say, this week. So that's good. Hopefully you liked this video. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. And then, of course, also subscribe to my channel if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting. And I would say happy flying and hope to see you next time.